Hello everyone, this is Kathy from the Daily Marker. How are you today? Today is day 2 of the coloring challenge, and I might be talking softly because my husband's sleeping. It's like midnight. So I'm working on my post for tomorrow. It's a blog hop, and I want to show you I incorporated 4 companies in this project today. This is kind of a spin-off from day 1, and it's a huge blog hop, so many giveaways. I'm so excited, but I wanted to show you how my project came together. So this is a Simon Says stamp here, and then I used some Mama Elephant fruit. I'm masking all this stuff off with paper, and I just want to create like a piece of work that I can work with for a couple days. So there were some Gina K stamps there. Now there's some honeybee and some W+9. And all of the stamping I used on this new platform from Tim Holtz. I got the travel size, and it really made this easy. So now you'll notice as I rip off the masking paper, I'm just using some random colors. Don't think too much about it, but I want to make it so it's easier to distinguish what everything is later, because some of it's kind of confusing right now at this stage of the game. So as I pull that paper off, especially on the petals and the leaves and stuff, I'm just throwing down some color, just easy one layer coloring. So I did that on the butterfly and the pear. Now there's another butterfly here, and I'll do that. It saves you time in the long run if you do this when you're doing a complicated stamped art piece like this. So I just grabbed a green. Don't think about it, because whatever you put on top, it'll color this up, and it's really a scribble color. You're just scribble coloring on there. So now I'll be working on this. These flowers are from, well, the flower in between the green leaves is from W+9, and then these pink ones here are from honeybee. So when I was designing this, I wanted to use some flowers that were a little more detailed, had like a little bit more lines and more leaves, and then I wanted some more open images like the fruit and these honeybee flowers. So you can see I kind of alternated there. And this, I'm just coloring this apple with the pink. I know it'll probably be red. And then this bouquet is what I stamped first. But here there's one more of these honeybee flowers. I want to get some color on that so I can distinguish it later. It's always fun when you pull that masking paper off to see what appears. Like, I had no plan for this. I didn't know how it was going to look. I just grabbed some images, and I wanted to do a few more of these using every company in the hop, but unfortunately there wasn't time to do that, and this took like a good hour. And also, one thing when you're cutting your masking paper, if you look here at the bottom of the screen, you don't have to cut every little piece out. If you know you're not going to be stamping at the bottom, you just cut the top portion of that stamped image or something. Now here where I'm coloring the pink is there's a lot going on here, so this is really going to help me in the long run. And these are W+9 again, so they kind of mirror each other, but I'll be coloring them different colors. So, and then these are Gina K designs. So, wouldn't it have been fabulous if I got every company on here that's in the hop? I'm just so grateful that everyone was able to hop with me that's been involved in the coloring challenge road trips. And I'm sure the majority of them will be giving stuff away. I didn't even ask, but I know everyone's so generous. So I'm putting some color there on the pear and then the lemon, and I wanted to color more of this, but I just you'll see at the end, I colored a few of the fruits, and that's it. Now, okay, so I didn't want to, what am I doing here? I wanted to stamp another butterfly, so I'm just tearing this Post-it note in half and just doing a quick mask over these leaves because I want one more butterfly up there. So sometimes you can just use a Post-it paper as a mask when you're doing something quick like this. And I know that I don't need to mask off those little leaves. Now this is the stamp platform. This is like the second time I've used it, and it's perfect for something like this. It was not possible without it. Now, the background, there's not that much background here to color. And if you're coloring a background, it's easier if you outline the images first. Little prep work saves you time in the long run, and then you can fill in and scribble color on the other parts. And I'm only going to show you a small portion of this, but there'll be lots more coloring videos the next 30 days. But I just wanted to show how this came together and explain that, and this little piece here too. So I'm scribble coloring literally in that corner there. Now where I'm slowing this down because I'm going to point right here, and there's one piece that didn't get masked off, or there's a void there or something. So the thing to do is just to erase that with your dark marker. I'm coloring over that half portion of that flower. You can see it right here. So that's something I show on my road trips, how you can just edit something out if you don't feel like coloring it. If you're using a dark color, just scribble on top of it. So now rather than using the rag technique that I love using, I'm taking a lighter purple and I'm scribble coloring on top of the dark purple, and then the alcohol in the markers reacts, and it kind of gives you like a leather, well, more like a suede look. So I'm just kind of doing circles, and it fades out the dark purple and just gives you an interesting effect and color. And that way you don't see the lines, or the lines become more of the design when you color. So this is how it looks before I put that second color on. And here's the second color. You can see it became more suede-like. Then I outlined everything with a Sharpie marker. It takes a little time, but it really makes everything stand out and much more crisp. Now this is a coloring that's going to evolve, and I wanted to take my time and do it right. Now, I just wanted to show you how I did this pear. Remember, I did some scribble coloring on it first with yellow, and now I have kind of like I'm trying to think of the name of the pear, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I wanted kind of like a yellow pear because I figure the flowers will be more the focus in this. So I'm just getting that second layer of color down on there, and I'm leaving like a lighter area. And now I've taken E50. I use E50 on so many things, faces, petals, leaves, and I'm doing some color mashing. That's what I call it, when you're just letting the alcohol do the work, and I call it color mashing. So you have to just give it time to let it mash and kind of dissolve into a lighter color with a little bit of texture. You'll see what I mean. But I do this a lot. Sometimes I let the feathering of the marker become like a more artistic look, and then sometimes I use the color mashing, which is what I'm doing on these fruits. So I'm just bringing some lines up, and I'll go back with the E50 and just playing around here. I just want a lighter area and a darker area, and I'm not worried about where that light's coming from. Too much thinking. So now I've taken E50 and I'm going on top of that again, just to kind of lighten it, give it a little bit of that textured feel. And then I have a, sorry, I'm off camera. Okay, I have some green, and I just want to make the top a little bit more interesting. If you look at the top of a pear and apple, you can, it's not, there's a little green. There's a color interest in a real fruit. So now I'm taking E50 and going over all that coloring, including the green, to color mash it. And now I'm taking some browns and the yellow and just doing a series of dots for a little bit of nubby texture. And now I'm using a dark brown, and then I'll go on top of those dark brown with the yellow color just to kind of mute them out. And I'll be doing the same thing on the lemon. Lemons have a lot of dots. If you look at a real lemon, there's a lot of little puckers, a lot of little light areas. So I'll be adding a lot of this texture dots to the lemon once I finish coloring it. So I hope you'll take a look at your stamps and consider like mixing and matching. I kind of think we're all collectors and we collect these gorgeous stamps, and it's kind of fun to create different combinations so that I can use more of the stamps that I'm just itching to stamp and color. So I hope you find this useful today, these tips and video, and on my blog, TheDailyMarker.com, I have 3 great, awesome giveaways. So hop on over there, and thank you for watching, and thumbs up if you like this. Thanks again. Bye-bye.